Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Command Center, where we like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do it without those devious letters, EDH. What does it stand for today, Hado Cam?
You know, it's been a while since we've been back, so I take it. So it's cool if everybody forgot. So I'm gonna remind you right now. It stands for evil, don't hate. That's right. It don't hate. It don't discriminate. It just comes to everybody, including your great-great-grandmama Steve. That's right. You heard what I said. So before we even go down that road, we need to give a shout out to our patron.
That's right. Every episode, we like to shout out our patrons, and today we are going to shout out I had this at first. Towelosiraptor.
First of all, let me apologize for him butchering your name, but it is what it is. So what is T Greasy's favorite commander?
Taking the easy way out, huh? Okay. T Greasy's favorite commander is actually a partner pair. This is Timna and Jessica.
Never heard of them. What do they do?
So I'm gonna let our co-host Derek explain what Timna does.
Timna is a card that says, murder me as soon as I hit the battlefield, or you're making poor life decisions. Please make better life decisions.
It's actually in the flavor text.
It is. You just got to look real close. It's a black and a white for a spooky weaver lady. And basically, when you deal damage to opponents, it has lifelink, and you can pay that much life to draw cards based on how many opponents you hit. It's all over CDH, and even in just casual decks, you can just poke people, draw cards, all types of fun stuff.
Honestly, if you take a look at the card really closely, she reaching for which gat she gonna pull. She don't know if she gonna pull the burner or the street sweeper, but you either one works.
Yeah, she's definitely pulling a burner because Jessica is the partner pair, the planeswalker that just is the gift that keeps on giving. Apparently, every time it comes back, it's doing more and more for the X loyalty.
So we see how, T Greasy, we see how degenerate you are, and we respect that the man of squad. We also respect that you decided to give us your patronage, and we like to shout you out and thank you for continuing to do so. And you guys out there can take some of T Greasy's leadership and do the same for our channel. But that's for a later time, later channel, later time, later thing. But let's get into it. So there's a new set coming out. It's called Battle Buns 3. I'm just playing with you. It's called Innistrad 2, Back to the Streets, a.k.a. Vampires Return. So,
and then immediately after that, we got, Jumpstart 3, Double Masters 7. We have Modern Masters 2017 Remastered.
Secret Lair, Secret of the Ooze.
Secret Lair, Secret of the Ooze.
Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Secret Lair.
Never Stop. We got Teferi's Magical Christmas Land.
T Breezy's House's Underwear. So, they got the whole new sets coming out. But right now, we're going to talk about Innistrad. And the reason why this hit so close to me, and said especially, is because, flashback, this is how we got started in the Magic. I'll never forget.
It's crazy because we came in as separate parts of Innistrad. I came in, I think, on the first Innistrad. You came in on the second Innistrad. And I think Derek probably came in also on the second or third.
Yeah, I came in directly after Eldritch Moon and Shadows over Innistrad. Yeah. So we're all very closely linked to the spooky.
I'll never forget how I got started in this game. I was first facing Innocent, and I had disposable income that has yet to been disposed. And I says, okay, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and play this game. And you know what? A bunch of cardboard later, I was just telling my families I'm into drugs. That's just the easiest way to explain it. I can't. What you do?
They wouldn't understand.
They wouldn't understand what they wouldn't understand the cardboard struggles.
Matter of fact, they would say, "We wish you had just done drugs."
Exactly. So whenever I go to the family reunion, grandma, crack again. But while we get started this, I just want to talk about the Innistrad set, what we see, what we expect, and for just first impressions from the spoilers that we've seen.
Yeah, so first impressions of the spoilers are spooky, evil. I don't even know if I want to touch these cards.
I do. I want to touch. I want to touch them and put them in a wad to wipe my behind with. Ooh. Some of these cards are garbage and trash, but we will talk about that.
Excuse me, sir. I'm going to stop you right there. So, if y'all aren't familiar, I have obsession's a strong word. A dependence on horror things.
Stronger.
I love scary stuff. I watch horror movies every week. To me, every day is Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year, and that's why it's all year.
As a matter of fact, Derek actually hires a guy to stand over him with a knife as he sleeps.
That's only 3 days a week. On the weekends, it's 2 knives. You got to live a little bit more dangerously. Sir.
Speaking of which one, I'm going to get my check. But anyway, I digress.
So, and Ken, you're not getting paid for last weekend. I told you to wear clothes. It made it a little bit weirder when I woke up.
It was hot. You don't want to cut your arrow, so I came in when I came.
AC is expensive in Atlanta, but we're going to get back to the spooky shit. And to me, the most important thing with all the scariness is Innistrad does such a good job of capturing all of the different aspects of horror. And as like a horror movie enthusiast, as someone who just loves the horror genre, OG Innistrad was all about that gothic horror. We had the eldritch horror and everything. And I know a lot of people didn't like the body horror of Eldritch Moon and Shadows over Innistrad. I was a big fan. I really like that weird type of stuff. And then the newer set, we're getting into like cult behavior. We're getting into werewolves. It's like everything you want in horrors in Innistrad. If it was up to me, we would literally just live in Innistrad. It would be its own game, and Magic would have its own separate offshoot because it's by far my favorite.
Now, just judging from what we see so far, I do love some of the Lovecraftian themes that we see. The Call of Cthulhu action that we get. Like you said, the Eldritch horrors. And I'm also loving some of the steampunk aspects that we see in the various cards too, and the Mark of the Grotesque. So you know what? From a perspective look, I do like what the cards give us, but then I'm looking at some of these mechanics and I'm like, been there, done that. You know,
the mechanics wise, I haven't seen anything that interests me. I don't care to do any of the new mechanics. Let's see, flashback is bad. Like I said, I didn't put one on my list, but it's like it transforms from the graveyard, I think, or something like that. Like it becomes a spirit, flips. Yeah. Disturb.
Because
I'm
the darkness is the light. Disturbia, am I scaring you tonight? So, and that's one thing that Innistrad did give us on the first go around. We did get all the flip cards, which were, you know, the modal cards, which was the prelude to all that. And you know, a lot of them were, you know, it was the first go around. You excuse what you excuse.
What I will say is I do appreciate, despite the fact that the new mechanics, because the returning mechanics, flashback is just like an all-time classic. Like that's something that I'm very happy is back. Investigate. Those are kind of mechanics that I feel like are just going to be around in Magic for forever anyway. The new mechanics, whether it's Disturb or the Decay mechanic with like the weird zombies that disappear, I'm actually a fan of all those in the sense that they seem really fair and balanced. And as someone who's still recovering from the power creep of Eldraine and everything in that era of Magic, I'm loving balanced mechanics, especially in a token deck. One of the most annoying things about playing against and playing token decks is when you get an army of tokens and the player's just sitting there and can't do anything. Decay completely gets around that because they can't chump block for days. Their stuff gets sacked when they attack with it. It kind of speeds up the process of the game. It doesn't just stalemate. The one mechanic, and I think y'all agree with me on this, that is very confusing to me is the day and night one. Because, look, I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I'm playing Magic, I'm trying to sit with my friends, talk a bunch of crap, and probably have a couple drinks. And to be able to track if it's day or night every turn, I know I'm not going to be playing it just because I'm going to lose track. I think it's cool for people that want to be, like, on their stuff all game.
Werewolf flavor.
Yeah, and the werewolves are freaking amazing. But I know myself, I will not be paying enough attention to track what day, which card's flipped, which card's not flipped. It's a lot of thinking.
I'm going to be really real for real. I got barely enough capacity in my mind. Just remember which flavor is on my underwear. You know, just to make sure that those get flipped, whether it's day or night. But I'm gonna be real. Day or night, dungeons, I don't care. I don't use them. It's extra sauce. It's extra ketchup that don't need to go on the fries. So I'm pretty sure in our play group, nobody's going to use it. But, you know, if you want to get weird out there.
That image of every time day and night flips, you flipping your underwear as an additional thing, we're going to have a separate undie cam.
Hey, stay out of my business. stay out of my business. Anyway, and you say, you know, balance. I don't know. A lot of these cards are underwhelming. Like, I don't.
That's where the balance is.
Oh, okay. From good stuff to boo-boo. Okay, I get it. I mean, I guess if you put turd on the taco, anybody will do it. But oh, and another thing, I guess this may come out in the next set, but I was really hoping for Madness to come back.
Yeah, but yeah, that's more. It's probably going to be in the vampires. Werewolves never really appealed to me as a creature type, so I didn't really want. So yeah, maybe some of the wizards and maybe some warlocks appear in here that I actually care about. But at some point, we're going to talk about maybe a few things we liked about the set, right?
Yeah.
Any?
Yeah. I mean, it has some good spots. I mean, even turd has corn in it. But yeah, there's some good spots in here. Like, you know, I'm looking at some of the mythics, and they're not, you know, all the way terrible. I would like the new Ren at 7. I would like to know what happened. I guess. I got Ren at 6. I don't need this. What? Like,
This is all blasphemy. Okay, it's very fitting that Blasphemous
This is-
act as an
this is-
Innistrad card because y'all are blasphemous. This set is beautiful. I am in love with this
barely
set.
over a core set. I mean,
Well, the thing is, these cards, a lot of them are gonna make you get creative with building them. It's not like, because I get really upset when I look at a set and it's just I'm gonna see this card in every commander game. I'm gonna see this card in every commander game. This is gonna break standard. This is gonna break this. With this set, there's a lot of really powerful stuff. Like whether it's the new Gisa that can definitely break a lot of stuff. Even the card that gives all your stuff flashback, but you can't counter spells. There's a lot of really powerful stuff that you have to jump through hoops for. Or even my boy, my baby, the new demon. Ormondal, the new Ormondal thing where you need like 13 life, pay mana on end step, do all this stuff just to get something without indestructible. I love that. To me, that is like the best thing we can get. Like, it's not going to break anything. I can just enjoy myself and
This sounds like the escape room of Magic.
exactly. It's like the Sphinx decks. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh with extra steps. Like, okay, you gotta turn your card this way at an angle, and if it's 215 on a Friday, it turns into a spirit. I'm like, shut up and swing.
You swinging or you're not, old man.
No, exactly. Come on, man. I ain't got time for this.
Is you finished or is you done?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little pessimistic because I'm honestly a little, I'm a little more set out, flavored out. Well, it's too much product.
It's a lot of product. It is a lot of product.
And by the time I'm start deck building, I'm not even done with. I got stuff from Ikori I'm still trying to put in decks.
Yeah, and also, honestly, I'm more optimistic about the vampires. I've always liked the vampires more than I like the werewolves. I think that's going to be the more standout of the two sets. Not to mention, we also have more commander sets coming with this as well. So more legendaries I'm going to forget about.
We need more vampires, like we need more elves, like New Orleans need more water. We don't.
What I will say is, on the topic of product fatigue, I think the reason I'm so excited for this set is because I've completely checked out of every other set. Like, basically, my only relationship to most of the recent sets has been a top 5 bruh video. If y'all have noticed, most of the deck techs recently have been on all old commanders because I just haven't been able to keep up. So I've kind of been saving my magic energy for Innistrad. So yeah, I don't blame y'all. If y'all have been actually trying to keep up with sets, then this is just too much. But
I mean, right now we're trying to find bangers out there, and honestly, it's a Fall Out Boy song under a pillowcase. You barely know what's going on here. So anyway, but enough of me poo-pooing on the set because I don't want to get enough hate mail out there. So let's talk about some of the great standouts.
So definitely that Gisa is a standout to me. I might try to pre-order this one as fast as I can. I always sleep on my pre-orders. Might get that one.
Before you go into that, I got to talk about Liar, Disciple of the Drowned. This is the definition of a masturbatorial card because it is seriously just sit here and watch me as I go off. Like I just see nothing but problems with this.
What else does it do?
Spells in general cannot be countered.
Oh, the blue guy.
Yeah. Sure. And then each instant and sorcery in your graveyard has flashback. So you just sitting there casting. Yeah, that's all you doing. And I'm going to just sit there and watch.
just bring your loot. That's all you gotta make sure.
It's like another Teferi.
Exactly. Speaking of which, okay. I got to talk about T Breezy.
I barely even know what T Breezy does. I know that Ultimate is stupid. I just want to know why are you on Innistrad?
Because when your pimp game is so strong, you can slap any plane you feel. And right now, his hand is 4 fingers deep in the Innistrad. So check this out. His +1 says untap a artifact, a land, and a creature, and then you can tap any other permanents across the board. Okay, not only am I tapping down a creature to come smack you, not only am I untapping a mana rock for more mana, not only am I untapping a guy's cradle. Oh, and by the way, I gained 2 life. And I know what you're asking.
Sauce.
Why is the guy's cradle in blue and white? Because I cheat. Okay? I cheat, and you should know that about me.
Last thing I want to talk about is Mask of Gristlebrand. We can't get actual Gristlebrand. They can't print a better version of Gristlebrand.
Oh, what? You telling me they can't ban cards before they come out? That doesn't sound like stuff wizards would do. They are always play testing and play crafting all their cards to the best of the ability because they don't get it wrong. Get this out of my hand.
But basically, this is a legendary equipment that gives you a creature flying and lifelink. And when an equipped creature dies, you can pay X life, where X is powers if you do draw cards. So pay life, draw cards, black. That's what it does. But it also gives it life link as well, so you can get it before you spend it. So this is, I think, is a standout, powerful card.
All right, so I'll be real. If I wanted to talk about my favorite cards in this set, I'd be here for 2 hours. Y'all would just get up and leave in the middle of me talking. So I'm going to hold back and only talk for an hour here. My favorite by far is the new, you already mentioned Gisa, but the art on Gisa, and we're going to get more into art in a later video, but is absolutely perfect. Like, I could just stare at that all day, and shout out, we'll put the artist's name on the screen or something maybe. You are a talented, wonderful human, and I love you. And then the other one that just blows my mind is that we finally got a flavorful Ludovic. Like, because the Ludovic we got as a partner commander in the commander products was, I like it, but it's just not at all on flavor. It's like, is it? And it draws you cards. The new Ludovic is so flavorful for such an awesome character. And that's really what the set for me is about, despite being spooky, is we got all of these characters fully realized in flavorful forms, which is, I'm freaking out.
Okay, I got one good thing. I got to put her name out there. It's called Sigarda. Sigarda, Champion of Light. The thing is, this card is great. It has flying and trample, and it has a paragraph of text I refuse to read. So
I think it fetches you a human.
I don't care. You quit putting paragraphs on cards. Like attack, defend, and maybe if it flies or not. Like no, it's a book. It says in the beginning. I'm not reading all that.
Yeah, I don't read books, Wizards. You need to slow down with this because you're going to lose a very invested player if there's too many words on cards.
Yeah, I just came here to look at numbers and swing.
You know what? I want audio books for Magic cards now. That's right. I want it talked to with by Morgan Freeman and Gilbert Gottfried in that order. I want somebody yelling and calm.
We should have Patrick Stump do the audio books because that way it's just going to make just as much sense as if we read it. You get a human
it's too much
plus
crying.
one counter, smacking into it.
It's too much crying in Magic as is. I'll need to see a 50-year-old man from Fallout Boy cry. Anyway, as you guys can see, we have mixed reviews across this set, and I know you guys have your opinions, and please put them in the comments at the bottom. Honestly, like I said, it doesn't speak to me now. But when the new arena comes through and I'm able to play these cards, maybe I'll, get a better appreciator for them. But if any of these cards that we mentioned, can you guys please do us a favor and check out the affiliate link at the bottom? Help yourself out, help your decks out, and help the channels out at the same time.
At the same time.
I'm telling you. But you know what? Like and subscribe. But until next time, I'm going to need y'all to do better.